Hello and welcome. I am Scrapperlock, and this is AO Tennis 2 Career Mode. We're still in the year 2020, the first year of Career Mode, with our fictional Italian player, female, up and coming, 890th or so in the world ranked, Anabella Mancinelli, who has reached the finals of her second Futures level or Tier 4 level tournament, the Sofia Open in Europe, and it's hard court. And she's in the final, and we've been playing on semi-pro into the semifinals all the way through, both for the whole match. In the semifinal, I did some pro in some of those that you didn't see, but in the semifinal, we said we're going semi-pro for service games and pro for return games, and now we are switching the setting to pro for this match. The entirety of the match will be pro. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. We're very close to gaining a level and increasing Anabella's stats, and we're going to earn a little bit of money, so we might be able to increase her training, but probably not much of her shots. We probably can't affect her shots very much. But what we really want to do is get her stats, like her speed and her stamina and all of that, up above 50 so that she can at least be equal to most of the players that we're playing against right now. And my guess is that Volkov here, who looks like she's Ukrainian, and is going to be our final opponent in the finals, is probably going to have slightly better stats since she is the number 3 seed in this tournament. She's the number 3 seed, not the number 3 player in the world. She's probably number 150 or 200 in the world since it's a futures tournament, and people who are higher ranked than that will go into challengers or majors. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah, she's actually about equal to us. You can see as we switch to the green outfit for Anabella that we have actually about the same overall. Our base overall is lower, but our form is better. So we look at the base numbers. Our base is 48, hers is 50. Our power and our stamina are much lower. Our speed is about the same. Our forehand is better than hers. Her forehand is actually terrible. So we'll try picking on that a little bit. Her backhand is about equal to ours, and her serve is quite a bit better. She is a little bit more fatigued, but I don't think it's probably going to be an issue for her. It's not a high level of fatigue, and I've played with 30 or 40%. As long as you're below about 50%, it seems like it's not usually that much of an issue. Of course, Anabella's only at 13%. So this is Maya Volkov I believe, of the Ukraine, and she will be our opponent for the final. So we're going to be doing the whole thing on pro. If we lose, we lose. If we win, we win. We won't get a lot of XP if we lose. You only get about 200 regular XP and maybe 200 or 300 performance XP, but that should be enough to push us over. After that, we're going to be doing some training, and I'm not sure what the rest of the schedule looks like because, annoyingly enough, it won't let you do anything when you're on the tournament menu. You can't look at the schedule. You can't go into My Player and change the hair or the clothing, and you can't read your emails, even though it'll tell you got a new email in the middle of a tournament. You can't read it. That's sort of annoying about this game, and I kind of wish they had done something a little bit different so that, okay, you can't maybe edit your stats, but you should be able to change your clothes, and you absolutely should be able to read your emails during the tournament. It doesn't make any sense that you wouldn't, right? This isn't 1987. This is 2020, and you can get email on your phone while you're walking out of the court. In fact, I think there was a video that I saw of a player sitting there using his phone on the court. I was surprised they're allowed to do that. I suspect maybe they're not anymore. Maybe that was only allowed for a little while. Yeah, we will serve first. I would not allow it. How do you know they're not getting texts from a coach telling them what to do on the court? There is the ATP is allowing some limited amount of coaching, and I know I can't remember which player it was, one of the modern players, and he was very much opposed to it. He said, can't get to that. He said, no, tennis is a one-on-one or two-on-two sport. If you're playing doubles, there shouldn't be coaching allowed. And I agree. It's just you guys know me. I'm an old schooler. I don't like when they change stuff, not because change is bad, but just because often they change it for ill-planned reasons. That's going to go out. Yeah, we're going to be making more unforced errors because shots that I would normally hit that would go in are going to go out, although she's helped us a little with a couple of unforced errors here, and it's 30 all. Let's try serving to her backhand this time here. Now we got to remember that we do want to try to pick on the forehand since it is terrible for her. So we're going to try to be giving her as much forehand as we can. Let's try giving it to her again. I don't know if she's going to make any errors on pro, but we can hope. 40-30. See if we can put this first game away with a serve and volley to her forehand. Nope, she lobbed it over my head. Deuce. That one went in. Still went closer to the line than I wanted it to. I do feel like on pro, it's almost like it's pulling the dot to the line. It seems almost impossible to just hit a shot a few feet away from the line when I'm volleying. There's a nice little slice there. Let's give her a forehand. And of course, not only doesn't she make an error, she hits an impossible drop shot from a terrible position with her 39% forehand. Nope. There we go. Man, it took a lot of volleys to get through, and all that is because it just didn't let me punch the volley. Advantage Moncinelli. Let's see if we can put this game away. Nope. I think we're probably going to end up in a position on pro, just based on how it seems to be going so far, that we're going to probably have to get to the net a lot to win points. She's not having any trouble with her forehand. Up, but she missed that one. And that's game Moncinelli. 1 game to love. Well, at least we didn't get blanked. I like to see that. Never like to be bageled. Try picking on her forehand some more. Nope. Well, it doesn't look at all weaker to me. Right, she's hit beautifully off that. So far, the only indication is we did get a winner against the forehand, hitting up the line, but it's not clear that that wasn't just due to wrong footing. 30 love. So my guess is what you're going to see as a pattern here is her blowing through her service games really easily, and me struggling through mine, and then she's just going to break a couple of serves. And my guess is it's going to be something like 6-3, 6-4. I'm not giving up or trying to let it win, of course, but I'll do everything I can to win. I don't give up tennis matches, and I don't give up points. But I think that that's going to go out again. Just based on things like that, it's going to be harder for me to hit winners. And based on the fact that on pro level, it just doesn't seem able to lose baseline rallies very much. I think it's going to be extremely difficult to hold serve, and probably nearly impossible to break serve. But we'll see what happens. Again, much tighter tolerances on pro level than on semi-pro, so you will see me making more errors. .40-30. Let's fire it up the line, or into the body. All right, we're going to head in. Got her. Game Moncinelli. So, if you haven't seen a previous episode where I discussed this, or if you've forgotten about it or just wondering, when I serve wide, I go straight to the net because the computer most of the time will hit a normal return. When I serve up the tee or into the body, even if I want to serve and volley, I tend to wait at or slightly behind the service line, because the computer almost always, 100% of the time, you'll see it as we play, almost always lobs the return. And so if you run up to the service line, it'll just go over your head. Right, so let's see if we can try to consciously pick on her backhand, or forehand now. Nope, she's doing an inside-out backhand. Again, back to the forehand. Let's see if we can break it down a little bit. In fact, I think somebody was saying that in the quarterfinal match of the U.S. Open, which was just played a day or two ago, American Coco Gauff won it, and they said whoever she was playing seemed like they were trying to pick on her forehand, which I guess had been a weaker shot for her, but I guess she's battened that down, and it wasn't weaker for her on that day at least. So 15-30, now we're getting a little bit of a look at her serve. We're up 2-1, so that's good. If we can break here, that'd be great. That'd put us up 3-1. But it's going to be very hard to do with the computer hitting shots like that on pro. 30 all. Let's try I usually do a slice return. Let's try a flat return. Take some more forehands, sweetheart. Has she made an error off the ground stroke yet? I've managed to get some winners from the forehand against her. But has she made... She's got unforced errors. But at least three of those have been service winners on my part, where she's dumped the serve into the net. I'm not sure she's made a ground stroke error yet. If so, she's made one. All right, let's dig her into this forehand corner. That's going to go out. Deuce. I probably should have gone cross court on that second one in the forehand corner there. I should have switched it. I think I got her there. Advantage Mancinelli. Another break point. Yeah, I didn't make that same mistake, right, of going back into that corner when I had the open court. Picking on the forehand is one thing, but you don't want to give up the open court when you have a shot. Wow. That one out. Deuce. Yep, the computer definitely has that clutch play. It comes up with unbelievable Steffi Graf, Andre Agassi type shots. And then it does that whenever it wants to win a point. Right? It knows, right? They've clearly programmed it that way because the people who wrote the game know that you can't tell it's a drop shot, and it's like almost a guaranteed win. And so we had a couple of break points, but the computer did not allow us to break serve, so 2 all. There's another unforced error into the net. Serve into the body. Let's go back to her forehand. And she's going to do a backhand on that. Look at that. And that's going to go into that corner. Nope. She hits it so fast that I can't... there's no time to draw the racket head back. Speaking of that, and I watched a couple of old matches of Tracy Austin's, and the thing that impressed me the most about her when I was watching is her racket head prep was the earliest I've ever seen anybody. And by that mean when you draw the racket back, she would have that racket, you know, let's say she's all the way on the left-hand side of the court, on the backhand side, and somebody hits it forehand, she's got to run across the court. She would draw that racket back on the left-hand side and run with it back in the position ready to swing across the entire court. I've never seen anybody prep the racket that obviously, that early. No wonder she was so good. Tony Trabert used to always talk about that, having the racket head prepared. Nope. Just hits a winner from any position on the court. That's the forehand that's supposedly so weak. She has a 39 in it, guys. We have a 60. And look what she could do with it. That's just insane. Like, why does a computer have stats if it just ignores them? That I don't understand. Like, why even bother? And then, no, it's pro. It's supposed to be harder. But if I'm doing the intelligent thing and picking on the forehand of something with a 39 forehand, it shouldn't be hitting Steffi Graf forehand winners like that against me. Okay, we're in trouble, so back to the net, and that's going to go out. Yep, it just pins right to the line. I can't get it to go less than to the line. Same thing with the serve. It just goes so much further than I want it to go, and so much further than it would go when you're pushing it on pro. I feel like that's not really the right way to make it harder. And that's a win for Volkov with another drop shot, and she's up a break 3-2. You can definitely see the difference between pro and semi-pro in the way it plays. What was I, 40-15 in that game, and it just decided, nope, you're not going to win the game. And then just hit Steffi Graf forehands with a character that has the worst forehand stat I've ever seen. That one's out. How many unforced errors do we have now? 8. Yeah, it's just climbing because the dot just wants to go to the line, and I guess I'm going to have to be much more subtle with it. There may be a way to slow it down, but I don't know if that will work because I feel like the computer is just purposely drawing it to the line to increase the chance that you make an error. Right, I'm running to the net now. Nope, she got me. 30 love. So I'm predicting this is going to be either a 6-2 or a 6-3 set. That's my guess. The way the computer's playing now, it'll be a 6-2 set. I won't be able to beat it. And whether it's going to keep doing that or ease up on me, I don't know. Nope. But that one got it. 30-15. Somehow we have to break back or we won't be able to win this set. Right, that's obvious. Once you lose serve, you have to break back. Or the other person will just serve out the set. Got it. Try going back to forehand. I don't know that it's actually working. See, that's the sort of thing to me. That forehand probably should have been an error given how weak her forehand is supposed to be. 39, remember. 39 forehand against somebody who has a 60 in her topspin forehand, right? So, and a 50 in her other versions of her other types of forehands. Okay, that's a deuce, so we might be able to get some break points here. So far, we've not been able to break serve when we've had break point, but we can try. So one thing that is unfortunately the case, maybe, depending on your view of things, and we have a break point, it is 100% the case that these matches will be a good deal longer. You can't have, 6-4, 5-7, 6-4 match and have it be as quick as 6-love, 6-1 match. These are going to be, instead of being 40 minutes, they're going to be hour and 20 or something like that. That's just, unfortunately, the way it's going to probably be until I get better at playing against pro. And we broke serve, so we have broken back, and now it's 3 games all. So all of a sudden we got a couple of points here, and that one maybe taking advantage of the fact that her forehand wasn't great and forcing the teleport. Brings us back to 3 games all. Now, that may be the forehand going off on her. Let's try serving into her forehand again. Flat serve. Nope, didn't let me swing at it. It's super frustrating when you hit what should be a winner. It gets to it, stabs with this ridiculous moon ball, and then the computer just won't let me position myself or swing. Nope. 30 all. Have I got her? Not yet. With the side to side. Nope. She got me. Not even worth running for it. Break point again. 30-40. Deuce. Well, we know what Anabella does when she's in trouble. We serve and volley. Serve to her forehand. Advantage Montanelli. Nope. Oh, I got it. I was close enough. I had started going cross court, but I was or down the line, I guess, but I was close enough right here. I was starting to go to the other side, you see, but I was close enough that when I hit the button, the computer teleported me over there to get it. Because actually, she should have beat me on that point because I guessed wrong. Computer likes the wide serve the way I do. It is a good serve, right? It puts the opponent outside the court. Forcing them to run back into court. You can often volley behind them if you're serving and volleying. Martina used to do that a lot. It doesn't seem to work too well against the computer. I usually volley into the open court, and that'll get me a winner. I think I have fallen into the trap a little bit of worrying about, you know, her forehand. And I think you can distract yourself a lot by, you know, trying to exploit a weakness that the other player has instead of just hitting the ball where you would hit it. This actually happened to Yvonne Lendl in the French Open. I believe it was in 1989 against Michael Chang when Chang was cramping and hitting moonballs to try and just survive the match. And Lendl was trying to, like, play to make him run around instead of hit winners, you know, and tire him out. And it didn't work, and Chang won the match because Lendl was trying to play into Chang's, if not injury, his difficulty. In the 1989, there's an ace, 1989 U.S. Open final against Boris Becker. Becker actually, he came up short on one point where he seemed like he hurt his thigh, and he called the trainers onto court. And he, 40-30, they put some, like, ice on his leg and stuff, and Lendl obviously saw it happening. And I remember Mary Carrillo saying, I don't think he's going to make that mistake again, right? Trying to, like, force Becker to run around and play on that hurt leg. You know, you just got to play your shots. Hit what you would normally hit, right? What happened there? Are we still playing? Why'd they clap? And there's no clapping for that. That's so weird. Deuce. Now, I would love to break her here and serve out the set if I could. But I don't know if that's going to be possible. Depends if the computer's going to come in clutch. And you see what she's doing to me? But, again, the computer's right there on the moon ball, and it can't hit the moon ball either. There's something really wrong with that. Moon balls should be the easiest balls in the world to hit, not the hardest. That's definitely something that should not have gotten through their quality control. Steffi Graf again with the forehand. She got me, though. I got it, but she got me anyway. Deuce. I was looking for the cross court. So it's deuce. At least I'm challenging her on some of her service games. I have gotten her at least to deuce on 3 service games, I think, and broken on 1, so I'll take that. Gotcha. Advantage Moncinelli. That was right where I thought it was going to go, and I was in the right place for it. Break point number 2. And second serve. I always think of Snoopy. Double fault, he thought in this one comic strip. Please double fault. Oh, darn, he double faulted. No. She got me. Should have gone up the line. I was just trying to get the ball. So, and the first shot, I was actually trying to hit up the line, and because I got to it too late, the computer basically doesn't let you do that, and you end up hitting it to the center of the court, and that went out. And now advantage, so it's looking like it'll be 4-all. Out. Again, the clutch play of the computer. Nope. Game Volkov, it's 4 games all. So I definitely want to win this service game and force her to serve to stay in the set. 30 love. You can see, though, we're already 21 minutes. If you can see in the upper right-hand corner, the match clock, we're already 21 minutes into this match. So it's about a half hour a set. So if it goes to 3 sets, we're looking at a good 90 minutes. And if that's too long of a video and folks don't want to watch it, that's up to you, of course. It's 5 games to 4 with that nice service game. I just served and volleyed the whole time there. That's because I was talking. I probably should not have done that. But again, she's there. Why didn't she get it? Look she's standing right there. Did she maybe think it was going out and not play it? I don't understand what the story is with moonballs. I really don't. Got her. Love 30.
Love 30.
All right, now Anabella, couple more points. Let's try and get this set in the bag. Got her. And now it's triple set point. That's what we like to see.
Love 40.
So the question, folks, is she going to come in clutch 3 times in a row? and deuce it. Let's see what happens. There's one. All right, untouchable. That definitely looks like a carry to me when they do it. I'm going to have to re-watch that and just see. But it looks like a carry. Almost like it hits the bottom of the racket, teleports to the top of the racket, and then comes off the racket. I'm going to go on in. Got her, and that's the first set to Anabella on pro. I'll take it. 23 minutes, 6-4, Moncinelli. Let's take a look at the stats. I have 30 winners to 23, 11 to unforced errors. That's just the tighter tolerance. 13 of 18 at the net. My guess is, again, sometimes it doesn't count approaches correctly. That's probably more like 13 of 20. Or 21. It's still better than 50%. Tony Trabert always says when you're over 50% on something, keep doing it because you're winning more points than you're losing, and that means we're going to keep coming into the net like this. Lucky that didn't go out. 15 love. Let's serve flat to the forehand if we can. See what happens. Got her there. 30 love.
30 love.
Again, serving to the forehand. Just try to pick on it. Up the line for a winner. She did not come in all the way. She stayed at the service line.
40 love.
That's out. So we'll go into the body. Wow. Yep, you just cannot hit that.
40-15. Thank you.
40-15. Now all of a sudden my serve won't go in. Jeez. All right, short ball, we're going on in. Nope, she got me. 40-30.
40-30.
Good old computer. You have 40 love, and before you know it, it's deuce. But nope, we won that game. 1 love, Moncinelli. So now we are playing in the lead game in this set. Now, as Tony Trabert always said, doesn't really matter. You got to hold your serve either way. But one advantage of playing in the lead game is if you're up 5-4, say, and you break serve like we did in that last set, there's no way to come back after it. And it gives you that little bit of psychological cushion to feel like you're in the lead even though you really aren't. Got her with some really nice angles. It reminds me of a Dick Enberg quote. Can't remember who the player was that he said offered a lesson in geometry. I think it might have been Monica Seles with those court angles, or it might have been Steffi Graf. Or Gabby Sabatini. Can't remember now. Double fault. I think that's her first. It's now love 30. Almost 30 minutes into the match. If we could get an early break here, that would be super great. Bank that break and then force her to break back to stay in the set. Or sorry, to stay in the match, because she's already down a set. Right, and definitely what you want to do here is take this second set. You do not want to let the other person back in the match. Again, with the moon balls. It can't handle them. I don't know why. 15-30. And the question you have to ask is, since it broke and took an early lead, with drop shots, 3 drop shots in 3 games, I think. Why has it not done them since? Man, I'm just barely getting to these balls. I can't really get a good green shot on them just because she's got me, you know, she had it like literally hitting the baseline every time. But I got her there with one where she didn't have a lot of time.
15-40.
Double break point. This is what we want. Now let's see if we can break her in one of these 2 points. And she's tired. That's what we like. I love that. It should generate more errors. But we'll see because the computer also has an ability to hit Steffi Graf forehands and Andre Agassi backhands when it's fully exhausted. It shouldn't get to this. Yeah, it's tired. Game Moncinelli. She's up a break 2 love now. We have a match-winning lead if we can hold it. Now, again, you don't want to get overconfident. You still got to hold your serve every single time. It's 1 service break. A few points wrong, the other opponent breaks back, and you're right back on serve. That's what happened to Volkov in the first set, right? She went up a break 3-2, and I broke right back. I feel like I've had much better success not explicitly trying to pick on that forehand, but just hitting the ball where I would naturally hit it. All right, we're going in. I'm not doing this anymore. Right, there's just so much running around I'm willing to do. If she gives me a short ball, I'm going in. 30 love. Got her. Not a great volley, but we'll take it. 40 love. Let's go on in. And that error consolidates the break, and we're now up 3 games to love in the second set. On pro level, guys. In the finals against a seeded player. So, I mean, I'll take this performance. Even if we were to lose this match, I'm pretty happy with the way I've been able to play with Anabella. I'm going to go on in. Yeah, so that's not a great position to hit from, but at the service line, there's so much less time for the other person to get back into position when the ball comes back at them. And it gets you up to the net where if it does come back, you're playing at the net for a volley rather than in a defensive position on the baseline. The computer is good at keeping me on the defensive on the baseline, so I want to move in and take the offensive. Love 30 now.
The server is challenging the call on the right service line.
The John McEnroe complaint. You cannot be serious. That's what he was complaining about. He hit in Wimbledon. His serve hit was hit like that. It was called long. McEnroe complained that he saw the titanium chalk come up. And the umpire said, well, sometimes, you know, the chalk dust will come up even when it catches the back, you know, behind the line, not the back end of the line. That one went out, so she overhit. She had me completely on the defensive for every one of those points, but overhit. And McEnroe said, you can't be serious. You cannot be serious. And that became his trademark line, you cannot be serious. I think he even called his first book about tennis and about his life on the tour, I guess, You Cannot Be Serious. It's on my list of things to read. McEnroe wasn't my favorite player because I didn't like the on-court constantly complaining about calls. It's just bad sportsmanship to me, and I don't like that. But he's an entertaining guy to listen to, and he was always an entertaining announcer. And with that forehand on the line, Anabella is now up 2 breaks of serve. This is a nice, comfortable lead, but again, we don't want to get overconfident. And we don't want to change playing the way that got us here, right? We want to continue to play the way we got here, right? We're going to do what we have been doing all along. We're not going to change it in to try and close out the match. We're just going to keep doing it because it got us to this point. So that means, you know, good defensive play on the baseline when necessary and trying to get into the net. Serving and volleying once in a while. Like that. 30-15. I think I need to serve more toward the tee. Haven't been doing that at all. Okay, that's a short ball, so I'll head in, but it went out. 30 all. On in. Nope. Wait, what happened there? That was a drop shot, now it's a lob. Yeah, no, I'm not going to win that point. 30-40. So we're going to serve volley because we're in trouble here. And I think we're going to lose this game. Yep, so she broke back 4-1. Yeah. But we're still up a break, so it's not the end of the world, but we definitely don't want to lose another serve, and if possible, I'd love to break her here and go up 5-1. Double fault. That gives us an early lead in this game. Love 15. Again, why can't she swing at that? I don't understand that. Love 30. It's only 93 miles an hour. Man, it looks fast. I say only. I probably hit it 50 miles an hour, if that. Just remember, what was his name? Ramesh Krishnan? Is an Indian player from, I don't remember what city of India he was from, but I remember he was very good, but didn't have much of a serve, and he was beating McEnroe, and McEnroe yelled, "This guy serves 10 miles an hour, why can't I beat him?" And that's about what I do. But Krishnan just was getting to everything, and I always remember Tony Trabert said he moves around the court like melted butter. He's just so smooth on the court. And I loved watching him play. Nope. Even though I got to the drop shot, she was able to lob it over my head. You can't really do anything with that drop shot. That's sort of a half volley. But it's so close to the net, the computer kind of doesn't let you do anything with it. If you're closer, you can volley it. Oh, that might be too close to the line, but we got her. That's another break of serve. And now she's sort of falling apart on her service game. She broke me once. Try not to let that happen again.
Let's first serve.
Got her again. Yeah, the side to side is getting her pretty well in this match so far. 15 love. And of course, Anabella's had pretty good success at the net. 30 love. We're 2 points from this match. And now it is triple match point.
40 love.
Nope. Didn't go over. Let's try a slicer. Not as good at that. Let's run it in. Got her. And that is the tournament. We won on pro, guys. 6-4, 6-1.
Game, set, and match.
Anabella Mancinelli. Just Gives us a little smile there. She has won the Sofia Futures, and that should get us some really nice XP. Let's take a look at the stats. We had an 82% first serve percentage, which is good in real tennis, but not great for the game. 52 winners against 30, 13 unforced errors is a little high, but not terrible. 23 of probably 35 or 36 at the net rather than 30, but it's pretty good, and we won 22 more points. And if we head out, we will get to see how much XP we definitely will level up, and that'll allow us to add some more stats. Let's see how much XP they give us for this. Oh, there's our trophy
for the collection.
That's our second trophy.
Make sure you enjoy every one of these. Don't take any for granted. It's wonderful to see.
I kind of wish they would let me choose the color of the sweatshirt. Alright, so we got 400 match XP and 850 performance. Why only 850? At one point I got 2,000 performance XP. What? This was a really good match. Our performance was great. I don't understand how it determines that. 6-4, 6-1 against the number 3 seed with like 4 times as many winners as unforced errors. That should be great performance. So we gain from this. Go away. 12 ranking points, going up to 25 total. We're now ranked 510 in the world. We were in the upper 800s. So we've gained about 300 ranking points. And so we're now 500th in the world-ish.
And we're getting sponsorship offers coming in because of it. I can't keep up.
And now we might get an endorsement.
Pick one you like.
So let's see how this works, guys. So we have a sponsorship offer for food. So we can go with, so let's take a look. Currently I don't have any sponsors, so it's showing the difference. The arrow up would be increase, dash is no change, and down is decrease. So equivalent of Dunkin' Donuts. Donut Update will pay us $250 for every match we play, win or lose. If we win, we get 500. Every year it gives us 100. They give us 150 up front and a loyalty bonus of 200. I'm not sure what the loyalty bonus does. Pasta variant gives us $50 a match instead of $250. $200 a win, but they give us $2,500 a year. $500 up front and $400 loyalty bonus. Top Cheddar gives us 100 and a match, $250 per win, $5,000 a year, and $750 signing bonus. And then Coffee, I love that for coffee, gives us about the same. I mean, I kind of like the, well, we're not doing a lot of matches yet. I think we want the annual payment from these guys. You can change it later. And the upfront cost. So we got $4,000 now. And then in the activity feed, this is our win. Let's take a look at the attributes. We now have 9 points to spend. We've got 9 in everything. So let me just hang on here. Let me take a quick look at my Excel spreadsheet. What did I want to do next? I think it's stamina, but let me just check it because I sort of planned this all out. Yes, stamina is going to go up first because we don't want to get tired out. So we'll go down to stamina and crank that up to 48. And then if we go into management, you can see that we our food is Top Cheddar. That's the only one we have right now. So the sponsorships are on the left, and then the support team, you can buy these, right? So like, for instance, if you have $20,000, you can buy better flights, and it'll cost you a certain amount, and it'll save some travel fatigue. So when you go up to rank 3, it saves 15 or something % travel fatigue. Same thing here. You can get a nutritionist that increases fatigue regenerated while resting. You can get a coach. They'll increase your the amount of skill received from training, and so on and so forth. So the ones on the left gain you money, and the ones on the right cost you money. So right now we're not paying anything per year because we don't have any of these things. Right? The photographer helps your reputation and will increase your sponsorships and all of that. The only negative I would say is, so we have this Top Cheddar. What I would like is that should now be available as a logo that I can put on my character's costume. I tried figuring out how to import graphics, and no matter how low res I make them, it keeps saying it's too high of a res, and it's supposed to be if it's 1024 by 1024, I think you can import it, but just wouldn't let me do it. So what I would love to do is put that on her bag, but unfortunately, I don't think there is such a thing. I'll search around and see if somebody's made one, and if so, I will go ahead and put that on like her shirt and stuff. Let's go into skills. We have a little bit of money now, and we might be able to move some of this stuff up. We're not going to be able to do anything with the higher skills that are in the 50s and 60s because they're very expensive. But we could go ahead and move up some of her other skills, like the lob, which is at 35. We can move that up to maybe 40. And let's go ahead and confirm the purchase. So her lob is a little better. I almost never think to use it, but we'll move that up a little bit. And then if we go up to her serve here, let's get the flat serve moved up if we can. A few points. There we go. So we're going to slowly move that up to 50. Eventually we want the top spin to go much higher than it is because that's the main serve that I use for her, but we'll see how that goes. So now if we take a look at the schedule, what you can see is we have a rest week, we have training, then we're going to do this in Japan, which is for the elegant style. I'm probably going to do that off screen. We have a rest week, and then what I'll bring you guys back for is the Futures 15 in Warsaw. I guess it's the Warsaw Open. And then the last thing we're going to be doing is going to the U.S. and trying to unlock the contest style, and I may bring you guys back for that. We'll see, and hopefully by then we'll have a bunch more XP and have our stats will have gone up and stuff like that. So Anabella is actually 507 in the world right now. It said 510, but I guess we moved up because some other people dropped, and she's now 507th in the world. If we take a look at the rankings here, you can see that if we just go up another 12, which would get us to about 37, we'll go even higher in the rankings, right? Each one of these, there's a bunch of ties for a single ranking point. So going up to like, what is it, 37 will probably put us up to like number 350 in the world or something like that. So that's where we are now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That was our first full pro match victory, I think, wasn't it? And we didn't have to switch it or anything. And Anabella's doing really well. Her form is good. We're going to rest up, and then we're going to head to Japan for the exhibitions. And I won't be showing you guys the exhibitions anymore. I feel like there's no reason really for you to watch that. I'll just report on how we went. So there should be one or two more tournaments left in the year, and then we're heading into 2021. We won't be going to the Australian Open in January. You have to be a certain rank to do that, and way above 500. You need to be in the top like 150 or something to go to the Australian Open. So that'll have to take place in the following year, but we might be able to get to the London Open, which is Wimbledon, or the US Open. I don't know what they probably call that, the New York Open, or the French Open, which they probably call the Paris Open, because they don't have the rights to anything other than the Australian. But we'll see what happens. Until next time, guys, I am Scrapperlock, and this has been AO Tennis 2 with Anabella Mancinelli, our fictional Italian player in career mode.